So, as we all know, whip swords are the worst weapon class in Dawn of Sorrow. Not even close. You cannot win the game with only a whip sword unless you are, I don't know, level 70 plus? This randomizer is going to be tough because if I find any kind of whip sword, I'm stuck with it for the rest of the game. So there are two ways for me to win. Number one, I just never find a whip sword, which would be nice. And number two, I get a top tier soul like devil. But yeah, this is going to be a lot more like a horror game. Nebula could be lurking around the corner anywhere. Okay. Early Rahab's interesting. I'm gonna show Yoko how it's done here. Okay, so good progression early. It's gonna be a slow fight. Yeah, let's go Golem here. You know what? That wasn't too bad. Thanks again, Yoko, for the spell. Alright. So far, it's a fire build. Okay. Oh, this is kind of nice. Not rigged. Early claim. I can use this until I get a whip sword. I'll tell you what, if I never find a whip sword, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube and just call it a whip sword rando. And no one's gonna know any better until the end of the video. It's gonna be great. Let's go. Nice tree ants. Now, if I find a whip sword in one of these optional checks like this one, it's at my discretion if I want to come back and pick it up. Probably won't happen, but thought I should mention. That's the standard rule for randomizers. Like, and you find it, you use it, those are also player discretion. Shop does not count now. I'm only going to use the shop for potions and mind-ups. Alright, so with Paranoia and Rahab, and Balor actually, I could just skip the lab. Let's try it. We'll come back later and go this way first. God, and Malphus, let's go. Good seed here. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. It's gonna be claim until endgame. Alright, we'll go around for that one. Nice. Okay, 2 more canisters. Frozen Shade, whatever. Hippogriff, excellence. Man. This is shaping up to be like PB Pace. If I can find Panther. Oh my god. Random Devil. You know what? Bring it on. Bring on the Whip Sword. I'm ready to win with Nebula. I just realized I didn't get the warp in Garden earlier. Let's take a shortcut. You know, I gotta admit, I'm a little surprised. There are, what, 4 Whip Swords total in Dawn? Still nothing. Oh, is it only 3? Okay. It's the Garian Sword, Nebula, and Whip Sword, of course. I guess that's it. Oh, hang on. We got an epic chat debate. Diddy coming in with the correction. What's the 4th one, Diddy? What's number 4? Oh, it's actually 5. Yeah, the Chris Naga and the main Gauche. Alright, we should have found one by now. There's gonna be one in this room. Ooh, hang on, that's even better. I gotta admit, this is a little rude. Devil Claim versus Dimitri. And I'm gonna lick him first. This is very insulting. This is gonna be the rudest kill you have ever seen. Alright, so quick lick. Poor Dimitri. Alright, Malphus, catch you later. Oh, nice! Soul Eater ring in the bell tower. Yeah, okay. Hey, what's up, Saturn? Okay, I've got plenty of progression. Basically, the whole castle's open up now. Good dive kick. You know, I kind of want to try something out. I don't have Seal 3 yet, so we might have to come back. But we can try and combine Medusa Head and Devil on the Gurgoth dive kick. See how that goes. I hear it works, but I've never tested it myself. There is a cap on dive kick damage, but it's pretty high. I don't think I have Clown yet. No, not yet. Okay. Once I find that talisman, it's over. And still no Whipsword in sight. I do, however, have the Terror Bear. I might have to use that over the claim. TBH. You know what? I've got a feeling. I think it's actually going to be Pinnacle. Nice Malakota. I'll tell you what. Even if I have to use Nebula, it might just end up being a Malakota seed anyway. Oh, Terror Bear is much better than Nebula. No doubt about that. Frankly, I think even with Devil banned, it's still better. Not a lot of weapons you can say are worse than Terror Bear and No Devil. But I think Nebula counts. Okay, good armor. Do we take that? I think we do. It'll make Malakota a little weaker, but it's got strength to spare, honestly. Dedede, I've never seen a Chaos Ring either, so my guess is you cannot get it unless you get All Souls. And sadly, in the DSvania Rando, there's no guarantee All Souls are even acquirable. So that's really unfortunate. Definitely a part of the Rando that needs improvements. Hey, nice. Is this even randomized? Yes, it is. Oh, you know, I have less healing than I thought. I'm still gonna tank this. But now we're gonna start being careful. Can you imagine having all this good stuff and then dying in Clock Tower? Suddenly very possible. Okay, good timing on that potion. I feel like I've got to go for this check. Nice. The flying scarf, thank you. So, that's a good question. The red bat form is from Julius Mode. That is actually Alucard's bats. I wish it was not in the randomizer. It makes getting early flight way too likely. Black Panther? I might get some use out of Final Guard later. But I'm still calling top floor on Talisman. Alucard's bat costs 3 times less MP than Soma's. That's a fun fact. That's a great piece of trivia. Makes sense, too. I'm sure Alucard is more proficient with bat form. Hey, what's up, Garni? Can I start over? I can't. This is the greatest whipsword randomizer you'll ever see in your life. Absolutely perfect. Because there have been no whipswords. It's very good. Okay. Not Panther, but close. It'll help a lot. You know, in a way, maybe Malacoda is a kind of whip sword. You might be right. In that case, that's the one good whip sword. It's definitely some kind of whip. I like to compare it to a lasso. No, dude, no! I thought it was gonna be the talisman. Well, I'm depressed. Look at these iframes! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's sad. Final guard guarding the nebula. It's not sick. God, is there really gonna be nebula up here and nothing else? Bone Arc. Nebula can't even break the ceiling. Gotta rely on Malacoda for that. Kaiser Knuckle. Wow, it was actually Nebula and nothing. Come on, Aguni, bail me out. Let me see something good. Two more checks here. Including the Aguni Soul. Alright, so let's compare. We got Devil. So, regular Nebula. A big 30. Okay, 92 is better than I expected. Okay, Nebula is doing Malacoda damage. You know what? I've got not a whole lot of MP. This is kind of bad. Should have gone to the shop first. Was not expecting to find Nebula in my defense. Alright, so back to 30 for a little bit here. Uh-oh. I was just about to say that was a very fun fight. It's time for the choke. I see, that actually was a lot of fun. Kind of a good combo, Nebula and Malacoda. If only this weapon class had fewer iframes. It's going to be most obvious during the Abaddon fights. But it's just... I think on paper it's supposed to be a multi-hit. But it somehow deals fewer hits per second than non-multi-hit weapons. It's very sad to see. Alright, do I have a magical ticket? I do not. Let's go all the way back. Let's not die here. Get him, Nebula! Get him! Hey, what's up, Justly? How you doing today? Wouldn't it be funny if the talisman was right down here? In the truffle check? Okay, good, good. Would have been a heartbreaker. Alright, so I suppose we'll do guest house. Then we'll go underwater. You know, I never got into Monster Hunter. It does look like a lot of fun. And from what I understand, there's a big grind to that game. So maybe it's got some similar appeal as Castlevania. But I know it's very complicated. I think I've missed the boat forever on that one. Well, Pro Cell is nice to find before we head to the cavern. So already this is paid off. Spirit Board, when it comes to the crab and Ecclesia, once you figure it out once, it's a guaranteed W forever. Just gotta get the rhythm down that one time. Okay, that's more Malakota damage. Put that on later. Nice, nice. So yeah, update, we're still only looking for the talisman. That's all I need right now for go mode. Whole lot of nothing. It's too bad. Yeah, let's go ahead and warp underwater now. Oh, hang on. Yeah, the DS-Vanias are classics. They hold up great, and I think, as much as I love the GBA games, I think the general public is gonna enjoy the DS collection even more than the GBA collection. That's my guess. You know, Circle's a little divisive, Harmony is way divisive, and everyone likes Aria. But I think the 3DS games are just incredibly well made, incredibly easy to get into. Ton of content. Nice HD sprites. I think they'll get a warm reception whenever they're re-released. Another RPG, okay. It's back-to-back RPG seeds. And a gun. Yeah, I can't fight Puppet Master even if I wanted to. Let's warp on down. You know what? Unironically, I have Skeleton Farmer and I've got Allura Une. I could go with an Allura Une. Actually, let me test this real quick. I'm curious how this works. Okay, I cannot use Malakota while in the Allura Une animation. Too bad. Scratch that idea. Can you imagine the tail coming out? That would be just a mess of Malakota and vines and Unes. But not to be. But yeah, Rod, I think your point's a fair one that most people didn't like the touchscreen stuff. That's one of the reasons I think the DS collection is going to be well received. Because those are certainly going to be gone. Maybe reworked, maybe just totally removed. And like every reviewer is going to say the same thing. Hey, look, you know, these games have been improved with some new quality of life features. And no more touchscreen gimmicks. It's just good PR, by default, baked in. So there's no confirmation that we're getting a DS collection, but it feels inevitable to me. Advanced Collection did very well. Everyone liked it. It's kind of an easy way for Konami to keep people interested in Castlevania. Especially with the anime coming out. My hunch is next year, but it could be this year. You'd think they'd get something Castlevania out this year. For the Soten anime. So if this is nothing, I'm going to say that. Whip Knuckle. Not quite a Whip Sword. One more. What do we got? Is it Panther? No. That one I would have kept. Anything else? Instant reset. Yeah, the native versions are much better for speedrunning as well. Because there's one standard version that everyone can use. Don't have to worry about varying load times, etc. That is my least favorite part about emulator for sure. And the DS games are just super unfriendly to emulate. Or to play without emulator for a speedrun. Like, capture cards are expensive and unwieldy. And I've heard reports of them breaking easily. And once a DS collection comes out, they're going to be obsolete. That is another interesting part of running DS games on emulator, having to use a mouse or a trackpad for the touchscreen gimmicks. Input delay, do you mean for a possible DS collection? Well, there hasn't been any thorough testing on the advanced collection, but I get the feeling there is 1 frame of input lag on the GBA collection. Just the one. So I'll live with 1 or even 2 frames of input delay for the DS collection. Ideally 1, though. 1 is way, way better than 2. It's actually very noticeable. Okay, so I've got Bone Arc. And I don't have Zephyr, so I've got to go to the left here. This has still got potential for sub 1. But where oh where is that talisman? Nice. Good pickup. Well, now I'm thinking that even if we've got to rely on Nebula, sub-hour is looking very likely. Do we sell this? It just feels like overkill. I'm not going to sell it. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Come on, don't hoard. It's the biggest mistake people make in video games. Never hoard. Well, let's go to the lab for the upgraded shop. Hoarding is good in Portrait. Hoarding is terrible in Portrait. The whole route in Portrait is sell all your stuff ASAP so you can buy 10 darts or 11 darts. I'm sure there are other ways to win that involve hoarding, but that's the most efficient by far. Nice double hits. You never know when you might need it. That's your motto. You ever heard the expression, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush? If it's good now, it's good now. It might be better later, it might not. And if you're playing a game for the first time, let alone if you're replaying it, since in that case it's even more obvious, but if you're playing it for the first time, you don't know how long the game's gonna last. You might be 85, 90% done, just holding on to stuff. This is a losing battle. No one's ever gonna not hoard. You're either a convert, or you're not. Reason has no place here, but you gotta believe it. Getting over that habit is a good thing. Okay, so that was a complete waste. I'm kind of glad I skipped that earlier. What to do now? I think I did get Zephyr. Okay, let's go there next. No, don't talk about hamburgers. I'm gonna get hungry. Still so much stream left to go. We got a canister up there. I'm actually gonna skip it. Because, yeah, there's nothing it could be that matters, right? I don't think so. I love this room with Hippogriff Panther. Boy, oh boy, just no talisman. Does not exist. There's one check behind Gurgoth it could be. Besides that, maybe Paranoia? Alright, let's go Paranoia. You ever notice how the seed was going incredibly well and then I found Nebula? And all of a sudden, all of that rapid progression came to a screeching halt. That's curious, isn't it? Makes you think. I can't even get in here. Well... So we got some really obnoxious ice block checks we could do, why not? First up. Oops. Hey, you know what? For this, we've really gotta do a little something to make it special. I learned this song on the Dawn piano the other day, and this was not planned. But for this seed, this Nebula seed, it's a great fit. So bear with me. Let's get that music off. It shouldn't disable the piano. That's a sound effect. Who recognizes this song? It's shifted over a little bit because, you know, it's a C to C keyboard here. But should still get the gist. You know, you actually see it, and oh my god, that melody is insanely simple. It's not Mozart. It's the exact... Oh my god! How could this happen to me? It was literally here. That's so sad. Damn. How could this happen to me? Alright, I'm gonna save again. Music's coming back on. God. Terrible go mode location. Yeah, it is 4 seasons. Good call. Okay, sub-hour is dead. Completely dead. Maybe if I just totally rely on Malakota. I do have Panther. And that kind of defeats the purpose of a Whipsword rando. Despite the earlier conversation where we concluded that Malakota does tangentially qualify. But you know what? I want to win. I want to win quick. I have the perfect idea. We're going to go back to the shop, stock up on high mind ups, and I'm going to get that rosary we saw at the very start. It's going to come full circle. Thank you, Spirit Board, for the Smug 100. It's a lot of bits. Thank you so much. Rosary is the best int boosting accessory in Dawn. Okay, we're off. Alright, so my int is 45. That's nuts. Oh, and I've got Lilith too? Oh my god. Well, it's not going to be sub-hour, but it's going to be kind of close. Was that 183 on Tombstone? Damn. I'm gonna go no save. I want the best possible chance at a sub-hour. Although there's no way. Too many cutscenes, boss intros you gotta watch. The Abyss takes a while, even with Panther Hippogriff. I'm gonna try, though. Epic Phase 1. Okay. Less than a minute. It's pretty good. I'm skipping all the checks. Holding forward. Is that the Nebula special? This is what I'm talking about. People feel ripped off because I'm not using Nebula. I get it. We might see Nebula again. You know how I mentioned earlier that Nebula's got just miserable iframes? I'm going to show that off really quickly. I am going to rapid cancel with some random weapon, and then I'll show you what Nebula looks like. So let's do, I don't know. I don't have too many quick weapons. Osafune is great for this. So here's how Osafune works with working iframes. Right? Here's Nebula. Where are the hits? Where are the hits? God, it's so dumb. Clutch. Barely got that kill off. Yeah, it's literally 30 frames. of iframes. I gotta wait here while the soul comes up. Ouch. That hurts. Yeah, this is way closer to sub-hour than I expected. Malakota's nuts. Please pardon me. Please excuse me. Well, you know what? As long as sub-hour is still alive, Nebula is riding the bench. Okay? I'm not even gonna save. It's still possible. I got a minute 40. Let's go. Okay, 20 hits a phase. Oh, this is gonna be so close. Can't be missing like that. Yes! Nebula Rando. Everyone saw it. Nebula got the final hit. It counts. It's legit. It's bona fide. No complaints, okay? People wanted to see a Nebula Rando. You got a Nebula Rando. Whip swords are so bad, I will never do that again.